Hey y'all, so this is a quick video to talk about a different dating app that I joined. I know you probably saw my video on Bumble. I have deleted Bumble. That really wasn't for me. I didn't like that it was all based off of looks and swiping, and that you couldn't really contact a person unless they also swiped right on you, meaning they liked your picture. There was no message. Like, before that or in between that, you just had to wait to see like if the person liked you or who liked you. It was very expensive, and I was not meeting quality people on there at all. So sorry, y'all know the cough's still here. Eventually one day I will not be sick anymore. One day. Anyway, so I downloaded, my roommate mentioned to me an app called Hily, Hily. It's new, and there are a lot of people on there from my area, and it's kind of a similar concept to Bumble. I mean, you can like heart them, like, you know, you like their picture, but you could also leave them a message before they even decide whether or not to like you back or whatever. Overall, it's pretty free. I mean, I'm using like all the features, other than there's just like a premium thing you can join, and a couple of the guys are like not clear, like they're blurry. They blur their pictures out because they say they're like top people on there. A lot of people want to contact them, so they make them like exclusive. So if you have the membership, you can see what their pictures are and contact them, which I'm not paying for that. I'm not paying for that. I, so far, again, have been pretty happy with it. Granted, a lot of, in my opinion, guys that just like want hookups or want to say something sexual are still on there, but those people are probably everywhere, and they're not just guys. I know they're girls too. This is just based on my experience because I'm a girl. I wanted to make this video because I actually did touch base with someone on there. Was it yesterday? Like, I've talked to him so much. I feel like it was the day before yesterday. And I believe he lives in North Carolina. I should know that. Somewhere in North Carolina. I need to ask more of like his exact location. But I started talking to him, and top thing I noticed was his profile saying that he wasn't interested in any kind of like games or like being a sugar daddy. Like, he didn't want any of that mess, and I felt the same way about these apps. And he had, I believe, liked my picture, and so I was like checking over his profile, and I did like it back because I did want to talk to him. I found out that he is a Christian, that he is familiar with Charleston and really loves that city, which I was born in, and I would like to at some point go back to. He has a good job. Very, very kind. Very kind. I didn't get any creepy vibes talking to him. I'm trying to think like how I can respect him and not put out too much of his information, but also share with y'all my experience. So he has gone through a divorce. I'm not going to put his name out here. I have gone through 2 divorces, and so finding somebody that can like really relate to a divorce and like just not judge me for that feels really amazing. And we had a lot in common. He loved country music, and I'm a huge country music lover. I mean, music just makes me feel better. It makes me feel better to play it, to relax. And not a whole bunch of people that I have met love country music. So it was huge that he loved music. I found out he liked specific singers that I liked, like Martina McBride, and there's so many others. I can't think of it right this second. But so there was that, and he shared some of his photography with me. He was really good. I really liked his picture, like his vision. He liked taking pictures of railroads and old rusty stuff like I like, and I just thought that was so cool because I've never met a guy that liked taking pictures, much less a guy that liked taking like landscape photography of vintage stuff. And So, like, the more I got to know him, the more I was like, what is happening? Like, my soul just felt so warm, like, with his kindness and how he was treating me. And again, I don't know him. I've never met him. But I felt seen and I felt respected, and I didn't feel icky about it or anything. So I did decide to give him my phone number. I would highly recommend, if you're doing these dating apps, y'all, like, don't give out your phone number unless you are very comfortable with who you're talking to. Do not give it out immediately. Do not give it out until you've had, like, you know a little bit about this person, because you don't know what their intentions are, and you don't want somebody calling you or having your contact number that you really don't want to talk to. You know what I mean? But I did give him my number, and we did talk through text message. I'm going to get my nebulizer right after this, y'all, so I don't die. So sorry about that. And right after that, after I gave him the text message the next morning, he actually texted me, and he was like, you know, good morning is what he said. He said, good morning, you know, and I said that back and everything. He seems really, really sweet. And that shouldn't be a rarity, but it is. It is today, and in this economy, for I think both male and females who want, they call it like an old school relationship, like a old fashioned relationship, or whatever you call it, that still believe in true love and falling in love and dating, and not prioritizing hookups and ethical non-monogamy and stuff like that. It's not what I want. I do want to date a Christian guy. I do. And something I've realized as far as religion goes is I don't want to just date a guy that's Christian. I want to date a guy that enjoys going to church every Sunday, that watches a sermon, and that wants to discuss it, talk about it, and apply it to their everyday life. That is important to me. Again, I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you. Everyone is different. Everyone's religion is different. Everyone's needs are different. But y'all, to date someone that, you know, and I have dated people that would go to church with me and sit next to me, and then come out of church acting like nothing ever happened. And I tried to, like, discuss in church with them and their thoughts. Nothing. Crickets. Like, were you at the same service that I was? You know what I mean? I don't know what's happening. So anyway, yeah, so that's important to me. Also, just having things in common with me, where I could go do fun things with you, fun dates, nothing serious, but by serious, I mean, I need to take it really slow with the person. I believe that I'm worthy of going on dates and being respected and cherished, and vice versa, for me to treat the person with that as well. I want romance in my life. I am a girl that loves flowers. I love to be appreciated. I love cards. I'm very sentimental. I believe my love language, I need to check it again because it could have changed, but it was acts of service. Just meaning that I feel love by people doing things to show, like, to help me, to show me they care about me. And, like, that really matters to me. So, I'm so exhausted from working and from not having a whole lot to look forward to right now, and from trying these apps. But with all that, I did want to just say that I did meet one person, and I don't know 100% right now if we're going to go on a date or anything like that. Like, I'm going to see. I'm going to keep talking to him, getting to know him, see where we are. Again, he doesn't live right next door. It would have to be like a meet in the middle situation to go get some coffee and just talk and get to know each other a little bit. I did tell him about myself and that I want to go slow, and that I have recently gotten out of a relationship and kind of what was going on with that. And we had a lot of similarities as far as things we've gone through in relationships. things we're looking for in a future relationship, stuff like that. So if nothing else, it was really a breath of fresh air. I told him he felt like drinking sweet tea with lemon. So refreshing, so nice, so respectful. And people can, like, if you think that people can't be like that through text message, like, I don't know what to tell you, because I've seen some of the most raunchy stuff lately. I've blocked guys that have sent me all kinds of stuff, everything from sexual pictures to sexual references about my body to how they're feeling physically. You know, it's like, can we not have a conversation? Can we not talk about our hobbies or what we like to do for fun? Why is this a thing? Why is this how you choose to start out a relationship? I feel so confused by that. And again, to each his own. To each his own. But having been married twice, I can tell you that does not do it for me. If you are self-serving, if you are coming at me like, what are you going to give to me? As if I owe you something, you got to be fucking kidding me. Really? I mean, I'm good being single if that's what I'm going to get. But if you come at me and you're just like, hey, how are you? Like, I would love to get to know you. Like, let me ask you a couple questions about yourself. Let's go. Let's go. Let's talk. At very worst, let's be friends. You know? I like talking to people. I like getting to know them. But I don't like to feel like I'm being hunted, like a piece of meat. No. So, I don't know. I wanted to make this video because you never know. You never know what's going to happen with a person or with a relationship that you meet. And I never really recorded. And so the fact that I did feel like I met somebody, was very interesting to me. And if nothing else, even if we stop talking tomorrow, at least it gave me a little bit of hope, you know? It gave me hope that I do deserve to be treated and talked to kindly. That there are men out there that are looking for something more than just sex and hookups, that are genuine, that talk about like deep questions and, you know, not this is deep, but like music and movies and hobbies, things you have in common, and that are interested in actually dating you for who you are as a person. I'll never forget, I asked him how tall he was, and he said he was 6'4", and I remember my response was like, oh wow, I'm not 6'4", and he was like, well, how tall are you? And I was like, I'm 5'4". I was like, I'm pretty short. And he said, that's perfect. Do you know the last time I've heard a man say that to me? Ever? About anything about me? That's perfect? Just so content. So absolutely fine with everything I tell him. About myself, about my body, about my life, about my background. It's fine. I found myself telling him all kinds of stuff I would never tell somebody. Like, I'm just like an open book because I feel so inspired to let him get to know me and to be vulnerable. And granted, I know that has been 48 hours. So I am probably going too fast with that, with the information I'm giving him. I'm just open. Y'all know I'm open. I talk about myself, I vlog, and stuff like that. I don't want to scare him away. I don't want to give him, you know, everything. But I think that for there to be trust and understanding, there has to be a level of transparency. And I don't want to give him a book that is a fiction one, because I'm nonfiction. I'm real. I'm authentic. And you get what you get with me. I know who I am. I have a strong faith. I am curvy and overweight. I have been since I was a newborn. Those curves ain't going nowhere. I have big everything. I have big feet, big butt, big boobs, big personality. I have big everything, and that's okay too. And It's just who I am. It's how I was made. Nothing is gonna fix or miniaturize any of that. So I have to be with somebody that's okay with that. And I think in my life with dating, I have not experienced being very accepted or loved for who I am. In my last relationship, my ex-boyfriend would make comments to me here and there that didn't empower me, that made me feel bad about my body or who I was, or that I like to wear bandanas, or that I like to get piercings. There was always some kind of insultive comment about myself or my decisions. And I didn't feel respected. I didn't feel seen or understood. I felt like I was a piece of furniture in their life towards the end of the relationship. It didn't start out feeling like that, but it very quickly got to a place of, why are you even with me? You know what I mean? So that's not what I want. I want a relationship, and I want to be with somebody where I laugh a lot. That somebody that's affectionate, somebody that goes to church with me, and that loves me as a person, and that just surrounds me. That just surrounds me with so much acceptance and love. I need that. I haven't had it. And I hope it's out there. It's not going to solve everything. I still have to work. I will always probably have to work. I still want kids. It's still in the back of my mind that would love to be able to have kids. I never have. Something I may not have said openly on here in a long time. I don't even have videos of this anymore, but at one point, I was pregnant with my ex-husband's baby, but unfortunately I had a miscarriage. And I always go back to this, that I think sometimes God just says no. This is not the right person. This is not the right time. And I'm not saying that the Lord would intentionally want to hurt anyone, but I do truly believe that all babies and children go to heaven, and I believe that my baby's up there, and I'm at peace with that. But I'm also still at a place where I would love to have a child. I really would. I remember my ex-husband saying one time to me that he thought I'd be a really bad mom, which is crazy, because not only were we having a baby at one point, he was adopting with me. And again, towards the end of our relationship, just a whole bunch of insulting things happened. I hope he didn't mean that. And even if he did, he didn't know who I was. Because, I'm a teacher. I teach 18 3-year-olds. I love all of them. I think I would be a wonderful mom. And I would fight for my child so hard. And teach them and empower them and all the things. But granted, I am in my 30s. And I don't know. I want to say that I'm at a point where it could be really easy to hang it up. Just to be like, well, only got a couple more years left that I'd really want to consider having kids. But I don't know what the Lord has in store for me. I know He knows my story, and He knows what my life is going to be like. He knows who He's going to bring into it and who He's going to take out. And I have to trust that and let His will be done. I can't process through what He has for me. I overthink everything. And what I would love to believe may be wrong. So I'm going to trust that He has me, that He's going to send the right person to me, that He's going to protect me through that, and that if it's His will, then something will come of that. I don't think the Lord wants me with anyone that doesn't love Him. And there are so many people that don't love Him. There's so many people that don't have that relationship. Now, granted, I have dear friends. Not everyone is that's the wrong word. Not everyone is Christian. And that's absolutely fine. And I love them just like I love my other friends. But to date someone, to potentially have a long-term relationship, to have children with them, religion is so important to me. I don't want to go to church alone. I don't want to teach my child a religion and then not have it backed up by my partner. I want those like ethical things in my life and in my relationship. And I want to pray with my partner. I want to pray for us and for our future and for things that we're working on. That's just so important. And I have to stop settling and telling myself, well, maybe if I look the other direction, maybe I could date somebody that's kind of religious or that isn't religious but isn't against Christianity. We try to settle. We try to convince ourselves that that what we're looking for isn't out there. I don't think that God created me and put me here in this moment in this video to leave me with a person that is less than what I'm looking for. Because I am his daughter. And even when I have not had a father in my life, he has been there. And he has guided me. He has never let me completely fall. Now, I've had a lot of learning experiences. A lot. I've had a lot of moments where I thought I wasn't going to make it. Completely defeated. Completely alone. Completely without friends. But he placed people in my life to build that ladder back up. To build me as a person back up like a brick house. He really did. He placed my life coach into my life. Through somebody I'm not even friends with at all anymore. But because I met her, she was going to this life coach. She referred me. 5 years later, I'm still with this life coach. She has changed my life. Changed my life. I can't even, there's no words to explain who I am as a person since I've met, loved, and invested in that counselor who is not only my counselor but is a friend. So that was such a structure he placed in front of me. And he brought one of my best friend from when I was little back into my life. Like 15 years later, after I didn't even know her anymore. I never disliked her. I never wanted anything bad for her. It just, we were young and we were kids and we were close, but we kind of went separate ways, and that happens. And life just took us in different directions, but life also brought us back together when we were going through similar things. And it's just like the Lord just picked us up and moved us together. That's literally what he did. And it's absolutely remarkable because now I get to talk to her and I get to share, and we still have that attachment and memories from when we were little, but we also are adults now going through real life crisis stuff, and we can like laugh about how like hard everything is because we can empathize and understand the struggle. And we do still love each other. And I think that is so rare. It's so beautiful. And I'm incredibly, unbelievably, insurmountably thankful to the Lord for that. So he put her back in my life. He removed a couple other people that were not healthy for me, that were toxic relationships for me. Because I think he knew if I were to stay with those people, I was going to drown. And again, that was not part of the Lord's plan in creating me, so that I could help other people and I could help, advise and build other people back up and be the best person I could be. He knew I could not have those people in my life, and so he removed them. And it's crazy to look at it like that. It really is. But like, he will do that. And that was about our church this morning that I was listening to. I need to get off. It's like 24 minutes in. Wow. I was listening to church this morning, and we were talking about the Lord pruning, just like we would prune a plant in the winter. They were talking about like a banana plant, pruning it back so that it could regrow. And nothing about pruning a plant is pretty. You cut it back, it doesn't look as good, cut off leaves. It kind of just looks like if you're doing a tree, just like bark, stick it up out of the ground, you know what I mean? But then it comes back, and it comes back fuller and stronger. And the Lord does that in our lives. If something is taking our energy away from Him, whether it's a person or a thing or an addiction or whatever it is, He can choose to remove it. Does He always do that? I can't answer that. I think in some cases you probably have to ask for it, especially with addiction. Ask for help, ask for His help and His hand to step into that, to help you do that, and to provide you with the resources so you can start implementing them to dig your way out of that. Because that is a whole unbelievably hard topic that honestly I could relate to it if I tried. I have never been, thank you Lord, addicted to anything, but I have seen it. So I'm not saying that just because you're like, tomorrow I want to wake up and not be addicted, that's going to happen quite like that. Like He's going to come in and like you're going to wake up and be completely miraculously not in that situation anymore. But I do think that the Lord provides us again with resources and with people and with tools so that we can get ourselves out. And then sometimes He does just cut it off. He does just say no. He does just make people disappear. Have you ever reached out to somebody and been like, why didn't they reach back? I hear people all the time, including myself, on these apps being like, well, that person completely ghosted me. Like, he didn't respond. He didn't say nothing. What happened? Maybe God happened. Maybe God said, absolutely not. That's a no. So, she had enough mess as it is. We ain't bringing that thing in. You know what I mean? So that might have been what happened. You just have to trust that He has you, and that He will help you take care of it, or He will take care of it. But anyway, that's my little spiel for today. Thank you for being with me, for listening, for rooting for me, for being happy for me, for when I'm sad, for just giving me hope and relating to me. Because I know so many of us are struggling right now, and we're dating and we're searching and we're looking for answers. We're trying to buy groceries. We're trying to stretch $10. We're paycheck to paycheck. We're 1 job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs overtime, not making rent, bouncing everything. It's exhausting. And like my friend told me the other day, the world is in chaos. It's in chaos. And that's another girl I wanted to mention. Sorry. Let me go back to what I was saying before. I have another friend that the Lord put in my life a couple of years ago, that she is such a strong person of faith in my life. She advises me. She has taught me how to handle situations with such grace. I used to be a person that reacted in anger very, very quickly. I was emotionally immature to how to handle controversy or fights or stuff like that. And then I met her. And through our friendship and through how calm she is, I have learned it is just as powerful to disengage as it is to engage in a situation. Sometimes disengaging is taking your power back. It's not prolonging something. It's not hurting somebody. It's putting up a boundary and it's saying, this isn't for me. This isn't for my life. I'm sorry you feel that way, but I don't want to continue this any further type of situation. Incredibly grateful for her. We watch church together on Sundays. We discuss church. She's just such a wonderful person. And cool story really quickly. Her mom, turns out, got taught piano by my grandmother. And when I met Holly was an acquaintance. Sorry I said her name, but hopefully she won't care. She was an acquaintance. And when we started hanging out together, she told her mom she was hanging out with me and what my name was. Her mom recognized my name and said she was taught by my grandmother, but neither her nor I had known that. And she remembered it and had fond memories of my grandmother. And it was just like, My grandmother sent me her as my friend when I didn't have any friends, because I had been praying for a friend and all this other stuff. I had trust issues. I was isolated. I didn't know who I was looking for. And she looked me up on Instagram and was just like, you want to go walk at the lake? We both have dogs, you want to just go chill, walk, have coffee. And so we did. We didn't really know each other. Just through a mutual friend, we'd seen each other a couple times. And later found that fact out. And that just was just a little thing, like, my grandmother saw me. She saw me in need, and I feel like she sent her to me so that I would trust her, because she knew I would find out that she was connected to my grandmother somehow, and that would make my heart feel safe. And gosh, that makes me feel emotional just saying that, because I miss my grandmother so much. Very, very close to my grandparents. So yes, very, very important to have friends in your life that understand you, that love you. And a quick point in church today, I keep saying quick, okay, we're at 30 minutes, I need to stop. A point they made in church today was, it's important to have people at your table that love you, but that also disagree with you, because you have to be able to hear what other people think, because sometimes you're in the wrong, and sometimes you need advice that is going to help, but it's also going to hurt. And the more I learn about how to have healthy friendships and relationships, the more I realize how true that is. That I could just reach out to somebody and go, this is my situation, I'm listening and I'm open. Please honestly tell me what you think. I did that the other day, and she sent me a very, very honest response that wasn't 100% easy to hear, but y'all, I implemented something that she said, and I got some overtime at work, and I was proud of myself for that, and I knew it was the right decision, and I would not have made that decision if I had not asked her opinion of kind of what was going on. So, so thankful for friendship. But thank y'all again for being here. I greatly appreciate you for watching these, for everything. I'll see you back here next time. Take care of yourself. Bye, y'all.